What is up, my good people? The name is Pixel and we are back again with the Cuphead Expert Run. In the last episode, we completed all of Inkwell Isle 1, and today we will be dominating Inkwell Isle 2. And you know where we have to start off. We have to start off with the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the rhymes. They're all your battles and all my rhymes. You have failed and perished 144 times. In this episode, it's going to be no different from any other episode. We are going to increase that number, but we are going to show these people what domination is. So, starting off with World 2, we have Baroness Von Bon Bon. I'm going to start it off with the roundabout just because I have been seeing some other people play around with Expert, and I've seen that the roundabout is really useful on this level in particular. But if that doesn't work, we always got my Chaser in hand. Chaser's always going to be the low risk, low reward. But, you know, big damage, massive uptime. You can't really go wrong. Can't really go wrong with the first super art either. Nothing much more for me else to say. And I'm going to be going with the Smoke Bomb once again. Just because this was also one of those other boss fights that I typically dashed around a lot in. So, you know, I don't want to constantly be dashing into enemies and then just killing myself. So, let's start it off. Alright, so the roundabout actually really did wonders for this fight. Because I just kept chucking horseshoes and they just kept landing everywhere. The jelly beans were a little annoying to deal with. But they weren't like that difficult to deal with. Also, as you can see, the waffle shoots twice instead of once. And I also got that parry earlier. But just look at that man. That man just got deleted. It's like if I was using the charge. And so, Jawbreaker Man over here. God, look at that. I managed to get in between those two. Yeah, Jawbreaker Man has two little dudes that he has to carry. And again, just absolute domination. This man just shatters immediately. And so I got my super ready. I'm gonna use it right now. Because I know I'm gonna at least try to refill my super as quickly as possible. And I also want to get this over with. Gumball Man is down. The horseshoes also did really good wonders on those little puffs that the Baroness does it. And look at that EX shoot! Like, it does massive damage. Okay, maybe that one didn't. But the first one, god damn, that did quite a lot of damage. Also, these heads really were annoying to deal with. They're kind of the reason why I kept having to restart, or at least die to begin with, because they just kept going everywhere. The peppermint actually helped quite a lot because I could just get up to high ground and then dash, sort of like that. Also, look at that! I just went right in between them. But yeah, I'm just over here, just running with my pants down, trying to trying to use the chaser. And I get the knockout in the end. Highly recommend the roundabout and the chaser. Both are phenomenal. And the grade isn't... Well, actually, never mind. The grade was pretty good. If I didn't get hit by those two floating heads, I'm pretty sure I would have been gotten an S. Alright, for Beppi the Clown, I'm gonna stick with a roundabout. Just because, sort of similar to the Baroness herself, I'm gonna be just moving around everywhere. And I kind of just need like a bunch of horseshoes, just filling up the entire screen. You know, doing massive damage. I could opt out and use the pea shooter, but I'm gonna try the roundabout instead. And I'm also gonna go with the spread, just because the spread does big damage in the, especially the last phase. The third phase helps with this a lot as well, but this is mostly for the last phase. I'm actually gonna use the third super art, which is where you get the massive ghost, just because I want to see how this would work out. Theoretically speaking, this should probably be superior than the first super art, but if I need to switch it out, I will. And I have the smoke bomb just because Beppi was another boss fight that I had to dash around constantly. And so I think I'm gonna get more value from this than I would the coffee. So let's see how this goes. So the horseshoes were still pretty good over here. I don't know if I would sub them out for the pea shooter. You could do it, but I still would rather prefer using the horseshoes. Mostly because like I can just focus a little bit more on dodging. As you saw, the duck with the light bulb. You know, I could actually react to it instead of just having to deal with it with the pea shooter myself. Now, here I am with the spread. I do a little parry over here. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised none of these dogs really hit me or anything like that. Because I should have been hit like 2 or 3 of those times. But also, highly recommend using an EX move for the spread on Beppi himself. Massive hitbox, massive damage, huge damage. And now here we are with the Charlie horse face. God, I hate this face. But the invisible dash actually helps a lot because if you see the arching horseshoes, then you could just easily dash right back onto the train. Also, I thought he would have at least come through the left, but for God knows what reason he came through the right. That was a misjump by me. I'm sorry. I probably could have gotten a perfect if it wasn't for that, but yeah, like I'm just absolutely shitting on Beppi at this point. This is like my fourth retry, and so I haven't really had like much experience with him up until this point in terms of the expert run, and so this is probably the worst super known to mankind because I immediately fall on the train and I don't get much value out of my super. So honestly, I think I'd rather prefer just your regular super art #1. But the horseshoes are also pretty good at clearing out some of these penguins, because if they don't land on Beppi himself, they're gonna land on the penguins. But since Beppi's so close to the center, they just are always dealing damage to him. And look at that! Honestly, he just got wiped out, deleted, finito. And the grade actually reflects how well I did, with the exception of the HP bonus. Beppi was pretty easy in terms of expert, surprisingly. Alright, for Djimmi the Great, it's a similar story to Hildeberg. All you really need to know is that I'm going to be using the coffee. Always got to bring up that uptime. I might switch it out for a heart if it becomes a little too difficult for me, but I think the coffee should be fine for me. So let's see how this works. Djimmi was definitely a challenge. If you actually go up here to the top right, you could do like a few uncontested lobber bombs, but only just for a minute. Honestly, this first phase was like really difficult. I can't believe I didn't get the parry there. I'm actually kind of upset. But I think the sword phase, when he takes out all the swords, as you're seeing right now, I think that's more that's definitely more easier than if you did the cats or just like regular treasure. Also, I highly recommend you use your secondary bombs on this phase, just because you immediately destroy his face and you can constantly keep being shrunken down, so you don't really have to worry much about like actually shooting. Honestly, bombs overall in this fight was really good. As you're about to see, we're here on the third phase, and if you stay at the top center of the map or the stage or whatever, you can lob unrelentless bombs, like just uncontested. Yeah, there's some folks who are coming up during the top, but like you're never gonna get hit by the little planets. So bombs do big damage. Don't forget that. I immediately use my super just so I can get some big damage already for this Cuphead Mugman look-alike looking ass. You need to constantly stay on your feet for this one, because shit just keeps being flown over at you regardless. But you can also get away with a few parries, just like I did over there. But again, always gotta stay on your toes. I'd say about 2 super bombs will take him out, and so with the coffee, that kind of just like adds up to big damage. I was honestly trying to do like the lobber bombs over in this phase, but I just found it to be a little too difficult, so I reverted back to regular darts, because it's a lot more easier to be on a distance and trying to dodge it. There goes a super. There goes a knockout. Djimmi wasn't all that bad. It's just that you need to be aware of your surroundings. You need to be aware of your mistakes, especially that first phase. Uh, and I'm surprisingly got sub 2 minutes. But if it wasn't because of that missed parry, I would have easily gotten an S on Djimmi the Great. Alright, so for Wally Warbles, once again, just like Djimmi the Great, just like Hildeberg, I am going to be going with the coffee. If I need to go use the hard charm, I will, but other than that, I want to have maximum uptime. So, let's see how this works out. Wally was just really hard all throughout his entire stage. Honestly, Wally kind of got like a really massive buff. You gotta constantly have to stay on your toes, especially with this first phase, because those eggs and the egg shatters that it leaves behind, like they can fuck you up really easily. And that's not to mention his 3-bullet attack. And also, these little birds are always flying around just like nonchalantly. Like they're also like really annoying to deal with because you have to be aware of their surroundings as well. As you can see, I already got a super just from his first phase, but even then, like, he still got a lot of damage, and I need to do bigger damage. Phase 2 wasn't as difficult, just like the regular phase. The only added difficulty to this was the fact that the birds are still flying nonchalantly. So, again, you gotta keep your watch out for this, but it isn't as different or as difficult as the one in regular mode. Here we go with another super, big damage. And now we have this kid, which honestly, again, more difficult than regular. And this is because he's flying around a lot more faster, so you need to get better tracking. All of his bullets are still parryable, so those are just free parries. Parry City over here. But not only that, but he also has 6 eggs that are just orbiting around him. And those are 6 eggs that are A, blocking your damage, and B, like, protecting just like another hazard. So, you know, watch out for them. Always parry the bullets. There's literally no reason why not to parry those bullets. It's a free super you're gonna get over here. Also, if he's close, you could do a few lobber bombs, but honestly, I would just stick to darts. And here we are at the last phase. I never found the last phase in regular mode to be as difficult. It's kind of like Djimmi the Great, in which you just have to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your crap. And what did I get hit by? I have looked through this footage so many times and I still don't understand what I got hit by. Honestly, I got robbed. I got robbed. But yeah, again, just like Djimmi, be aware of your surroundings. Don't get hit by stupid crap. And, you know, you're gonna do good. If I remember correctly, I don't get sub 2 minutes here. Yeah, that just shows you how much I have to do here. I didn't even get the sub 2 minutes. But I did get Parry City, so whatever. God, I really did not want to get to here, but here we are. Grim Matchstick. You love him, you hate him, but he's here to stay. Well, not for long. So my general strategy for this is that I believe the clouds are rotating in the opposite direction as they were in the regular, so the roundabout would be the very best charm to go here, just because I'm actually going to be walking towards him, I believe. I'm not so sure. I haven't actually fought him yet. But regardless, the roundabout hasn't failed me yet. I don't think it will, but only time will tell. Also, we got my good pal, the Lobber. He's the entire reason why I was able to beat the dragon to begin with on regular, because fuck the chaser. Lobber all the way on this one. And, let's change that real quickly. We're going for the first super art just because there's no fucking hell and way that I'm going to be even bother using the third super art on him. And we are going to go for the coffee just because I don't dash that much around during the fight, so I think having a constant super uptime is going to be very useful for me. But Other than that, let's begin. Honestly, playing Grim on expert mode reminds me a lot of when I first played him in regular mode. It was just an absolute fucking hell. It took like half an hour to try to beat this man. Like I said before, the rotation of the clouds is swapped. It's not swapped to where you're facing him, it's swapped to in that you're facing away from him. So I needed to get used to that pretty quickly as well. What I want to try to do is get the tail to wiggle around by the edge of the stage, not at center, because that just is a big area to deny you. But the jumbo roundabout's really useful. Because I'm always not looking at him, and so it has maximum range, does big damage. The lobber on phase 2 is like an absolute must. It does more big damage. Not much else I need to say. When you hear the fires, like just laughing, I recommend just like full jumping on the cloud that you're in. I've almost never gotten hit by them, but with that strategy. I needed to adopt a new strategy over here because I used to always be right up in his face with my lobber, but that was honestly just hell because he shoots out these fireballs a lot more quicker and just a lot more faster. So I try to hug by the edge, and I'm surprised that the lobber still manages to reach them, but as you can see, the lobber does big damage. I got a teabag, and the fact that I didn't get hit once just shows you how good I am against Grim Matchstick. Yeah, it may have taken me a half an hour, and maybe I could have gotten one more parry to get that S, but god damn it, I want people to know that Grim can suck my balls. I would just like to say, for the record, fuck you, Grim Matchstick. Piece of shit. God damn, I'm so good. Holy shit. No one can ever tell me that I'm not good at this game. God damn. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please leave a comment telling me how good of a gamer I am. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Tamori. Take care. Name's Pixelove. Bye-bye.